You're just a 2 minutes man! That's pathetic! Get out! Out! I deserve better!
2 minutes! Is that all you can give me?
The bedroom was dimly lit by the soft glow of the nightstand lamps, casting long shadows across the walls. Marcus sat on the edge of the bed, his head bowed, shoulders slumped in defeat. He wore simple gray pajama shorts and a white t-shirt, his hands clasped tightly together as he stared at the floor. Tasha stood over him, her long, black, wavy hair swinging as she paced back and forth. Her short, tight purple nightgown swished with each angry movement. Her face was contorted with rage, her eyes blazing with contempt. "What's all this, Marcus, huh? What's all this?" she shouted, her voice cutting through the quiet night like a knife. "You're just a 2 minutes man. 2 minutes! Is that all you can give me?" Marcus said nothing. His jaw clenched, but he remained silent, taking the verbal assault without response. "I curse the day I met you," Tasha continued, her voice rising even higher. "The day I said yes to you was the worst decision of my life. You hear me? The worst!" She stopped pacing and stood directly in front of him, pointing her finger at his face. "You're useless, completely useless. What kind of man are you? You can't even satisfy your own wife. What's wrong with you?" Marcus's hands gripped tighter, his knuckles turning white, but still he said nothing. He just sat there, absorbing every cruel word like punches to his soul. "You're pathetic," Tasha spat, her voice dripping with disgust. "A pathetic excuse for a husband. I don't even know why I'm still here with you. Any other woman would have left by now." The insults kept coming, one after another, each one more cutting than the last. Marcus had learned that fighting back only made things worse, so he sat in silence, hoping she would eventually tire herself out. But then she said it. "You know what? Maybe I should just go find a real man, someone who can actually handle a woman, because clearly you can't." Those words hit differently. Marcus felt something inside him crack, not with pain this time, but with a sudden, cold clarity. His eyes, which had been staring at the floor, slowly lifted to meet hers. For a moment, they just looked at each other. Tasha still fuming with anger, Marcus with a new expression she hadn't seen before, quiet, devastated resolve. Without a word, Marcus stood up slowly from the bed. His movements were deliberate, measured. He looked at his wife one more time, really looked at her, as if seeing her for the first time, or perhaps seeing clearly what she had become. Then, without saying anything, he turned and walked slowly toward the bedroom door. His footsteps were soft but heavy with finality. "Where are you going?" Tasha called after him, but there was less anger in her voice now, replaced with a hint of confusion. Marcus didn't answer. He simply opened the door and walked out, closing it quietly behind him. The silence after betrayal is louder than any scream. Marcus stood frozen in the doorway, his briefcase slipping from his fingers and hitting the floor with a dull thud. The sound didn't register. Nothing did, except his wife's voice, still echoing through their living room. "Girl, I'm telling you, it's like being married to a disappointment. 2 minutes, maybe 3 if I'm lucky, and then he's done, rolling over like he just ran a marathon." Jasmine's laughter cut off mid-sentence when she saw him. Her eyes widened. His wife, Tasha, followed her friend's gaze and turned, her expression shifting from animated storytelling to something between guilt and defiance. "Marcus," she said flatly, "you're home early." He couldn't speak. His throat had closed. 3 years of marriage, and it had come to this. His manhood, his inadequacy, his private shame served up as entertainment for her friends. I'll call you later, Tasha," Jasmine mumbled, grabbing her purse and squeezing past Marcus without making eye contact. The door clicked shut. The silence pressed down on them like a weight. "How long have you been standing there?" Tasha asked, her arms crossing defensively. "Long enough," Marcus whispered. He picked up his briefcase with shaking hands and walked past her toward their bedroom. "Oh, don't be so dramatic," she called after him. "It's just girl talk." He closed the door and sat on the edge of their bed, the same bed where his confidence had been slowly dying for months. 3 months earlier, it had started. "Really? Already?" Tasha had said one night, looking at him with barely concealed irritation. "We just started." "I'm sorry, you don't know what's wrong with you? Maybe you should figure it out, Marcus. This is getting old." He tried. God, he tried. He read articles late at night on his phone. He bought supplements. He went to the gym more. But the more she complained, the worse it got. Performance anxiety, the doctor had said gently. Stress. It happens to many men. It's often psychological. But knowing didn't help when your wife looked at you with disappointment every time you touched her. Over the following weeks, Tasha's comments became weapons. At dinner with friends, "Oh, Marcus is tired. He's always tired these days." A knowing look, a subtle smirk, everyone laughing, not understanding the subtext, but Marcus did. During an argument about finances, "Maybe if you put as much effort into our marriage as you do counting pennies, we wouldn't have so many problems. But I guess some things just come up short with you, don't they?" When he bought her flowers, "Flowers? That's sweet. Too bad flowers aren't what I need from you." She'd left them on the counter, unwiltered until they died. At her mother's house, "Marcus is a good provider, Mama, just not in every department." Her mother had looked confused. Tasha had laughed it off, but Marcus had felt the sting. Each comment was a paper cut, individually survivable. Together, they bled him dry. The breaking point came on a rainy Tuesday night. They'd just finished another disappointing intimate encounter. Tasha sat up in bed, her frustration radiating off her in waves. "I can't do this anymore, Marcus." "I'm trying, Tasha. I'm seeing a doctor. Trying isn't good enough." She turned to face him, her eyes hard. "I'm a woman with needs, real needs, and if you can't meet them, maybe I need to find someone who can." The room seemed to tilt. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I'm tired of being unsatisfied in my own marriage. I'm saying maybe I need to look outside this house for what I'm not getting inside it." Something in Marcus's chest cracked open, not with pain this time, but with clarity. "Then do it," he said quietly. Tasha blinked. "What?" "I said do it." He stood up, pulling on his clothes with steady hands. "I'm done being humiliated. I'm done being your punching bag. I'm done being disrespected in my own home." "Marcus, don't be ridiculous." "I'm filing divorce." The words came out calm, final. "You can have whatever makes you happy, but it won't be at my expense anymore." "You don't mean that." He looked at her, really looked at her, and saw a stranger. "I've never meant anything more in my life." 3 weeks later, Marcus had moved into a small apartment across town. Tasha had called 17 times the first day. He hadn't answered. The separation papers were drawn up. He'd meant what he said. He was having lunch at a cafe near his office when he heard the commotion outside. Through the window, he saw a group of women arguing on the sidewalk. One of them was Tasha. Curiosity pulled him outside. "You think you're better than everyone," Jasmine was shouting, her face twisted with anger. "But let me tell you something about Miss Perfect here." "Jasmine, don't!" Tasha's voice was panicked. "Oh no, everybody should know. You want to talk about people's business? Let's talk about yours. Let's talk about how you told me your husband couldn't last 2 minutes, how you complained about him being weak, inadequate, and how you were thinking about cheating because he couldn't satisfy you." The small crowd that had gathered gasped. Tasha's face drained of color. "That's right," Jasmine continued, vindictive and loud. "She disrespected that good man up and down, told all his business to anyone who would listen, and now he's left her, and she wonders why." Tasha saw Marcus then. Their eyes met across the sidewalk. In her face, He saw horror, shame, and finally, understanding. She showed up at his apartment that night. "I'm sorry," she said when he opened the door. Her eyes were red and swollen. "Marcus, I'm so sorry." He didn't invite her in, but he didn't close the door either. "What Jasmine said today, everyone heard. Everyone knows now what I did to you." Her voice broke. "And standing there, feeling that humiliation, that shame, I finally understood. I finally understood what I've been doing to you all these months." Marcus leaned against the doorframe. "Why, Tasha? Why did you have to tear me down like that?" "I don't know." Tears streamed down her face. "I was frustrated, and instead of talking to you, instead of working through it together, I made you the enemy. I made you the problem, and then I made it worse by telling everyone, like somehow that would make me feel better about our struggles." "It was private," Marcus said quietly. "What happened between us was private. You took my vulnerability and turned it into a joke." I know, and I hate myself for it. I violated your trust in the worst way." "I went to a therapist today. I told her everything. She helped me see that I've been using your issues to avoid dealing with my own insecurities, that I've been cruel because I was scared." She took his hand. Same team, always. Outside, rain began to fall, washing the streets clean. Inside, two people who'd almost lost everything held on to each other and chose, once again, to try. Because sometimes the strongest thing a marriage can do is survive its worst moments.